Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to see everybody again. I know it's been a little while since we've been together, so it's really good to have you guys back here. Thank you for checking it out. So let's get right back into the music. So the last time we saw each other, we took a look at learning a pretty well-known piece of music on the musical keyboard called Jingle Bells, right? So we're going to go back today, and we're going to kind of slow it back, and we're going to learn another song on the keyboard that's a little bit easier than Jingle Bells. So if Jingle Bells gave you a hard time, today will be much easier. And if Jingle Bells was easy for you, today's a really good just exercise in the basics, making sure you have a solid foundation. So if you decide to continue on with your keyboard studies in the future, you'll be able to really know you started in the right place. So we're going to hop right over. We're going to take a look at what we did last week and then take a look at what we're doing today. All right, my friends. So if you guys remember back to the last time we were together, we took a look at Jingle Bells. It's kind of a little bit of an introduction to playing on the musical keyboard. We first here took a look at this piece of music, and then we simplified it down to where we had each of the letters written in, along with the finger number that we're going to use from our hands. All right. Now, this may have been a little bit frustrating for you. This may have been a bit of a tricky one for us to start off on. It's a little bit of a challenge, but I started off with this one, matched the time of the year, and of course, it's a song that just about all of us have heard in some way, shape, or form before, so it's something familiar. Now, if this frustrated you and this was a little bit too tricky for you, today's going to be just what the doctor ordered for you. If this one was actually easy for you and you had no trouble going through it, today may be a little bit easy for you. But the good news is what we're going to go over next today is, of course, going to be something that you recognize, and it's really good just to get it into your fingers. So we're going to take a look at a different song today. And that song is Mary Had a Little Lamb. This is a song that I'm sure just about all of us have heard at some point in our lives. We probably grew up singing it a little bit. So this one right here, very, 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 very well-known little folk song here that we hear all the time. Now, this song really is only going to require us to know 4 different pitches on the keyboard. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this song today. Now, everything that you see right here may be a little bit kind of confusing, so if you don't remember how to read this music, we're going to go over all of that right now, so no worries. Hopefully all you guys still have your good old cheat sheet that we've been working on here for the last few months here. Well, for each week we've been adding a little bit to it. So of course the last thing we talked about was pitch, and we took a look here at our musical staff, these 5 lines. We know that we're using our right hand on the keyboard because of the treble clef, otherwise known as the G clef, because the second line of the staff, second line of the 5 going up, goes right through the middle of this little cinnamon bun looking thing on their treble clef, which is also the G line. So we call this the G clef. And of course, if you go backwards in the alphabet from G, line, space, line, we have G, F, E, D, C, or easier, C, D, E, F, G. Now, just using this is all the notes we're going to need today for Mary Had a Little Lamb. But we don't even need all 5 of these. You only need 4 of them. So we're going to take a look right now. We can use your cheat sheet here. If you have yours, feel free to pull it out. If you don't, take a look here. We're going to take a look at Mary Had a Little Lamb and figure out which of these 4 we are going to use. Okay, so let's take a look here. This first note of the song, the first pitch we have, if you take a very close look here, it has the bottom line of the treble clef staff going through the note. Which, of course, if we take a look over our cheat sheet, which the one has the bottom line going through it? E. So we have E. The next note is lower, but you can see this line is not going through it, my friends. This is hanging out just below the line. That's going to be D. And then right here, this has its own little line put through it. It's something we call the ledger line. This right here is going to be the note C. So we've got E, D, C. We go back up to D. And then all of these have the bottom line going through it, so those are all E. So far we've only used C, D, and E. Where can we find the other note we're going to need? We've got these 3 notes hanging out just below the line. All of them are D. And right here, little lamb is E, bottom line going through it. And then these 2 notes have the second line of the staff going through them. So these are both G. So now we have C, D, E, and G. And I did mention this song only has 4 different pitches in it. So that right there tells us that we're not going to be using F. We've already got our 4 pitches. We're not going to use F on this song. So this is all we're going to need to start off. Now, if you take a look at this may be a little confusing. There's a lot going on here. There's even some stuff I haven't talked about. like this symbol here, which we'll get to down the road. But don't worry about what we haven't talked about. Let's just focus on what we do know. Let's use what we do know, and we'll simplify it here. I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet here to help us get this down and get these notes in our head. So I found this nice little lesson here on the internet from this other music teacher by the name of Julie Lind, and she did a really nice job putting this together here. This right here, we all know the words to Mary Had a Little Lamb. So that's what we have here. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Now, right here, it follows the letters of the pitches in the song, which we've already talked about, were C, D, E, and G. All right? The cool thing here is they go down and they go up the same way the pitches of the song go down and up and across and so on. So that's what we have here. It's a visual representation of what the pitch will be doing. Now right here, this is important to remember. Remember our right hand. We'll be using the right hand because we're using the treble clef. And this right here shows us where on the keyboard we will be, which is what we'll get back to in a little bit for those of you that don't remember where middle C is on the keyboard and all the other pitches that go with it. So right here, we are going to be going E, D, C, D, E, E, E to get through our first line of music. We're going to have 4 little phrases, as we will say, here in Mary Had a Little Lamb. So E, D, C, D, E, E, E. Who can remember what number fingers on the hand, the right hand, I should say, we are going to be using to play these pitches? First note of the song is E. So which finger on the right hand plays E? Let's take a look here. Of course, right here, the letter E is played by the middle finger on the right hand. So we've got E, D, of course, is our pointer finger, C is our thumb, D again, and then we have 3 E's, E, E, E. So try that out. We have E, D, C, D, E, E, E. Take your right hand, set it down, and try that out. Think of the song in your head. Bum, 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 bum. All right? Now, the next point, of course, we have all the letters here, but there's something else I want to remember. Remember, when we talked about the fingers of the right hand, do you guys remember, of course, the finger numbers I mentioned? Each one of these fingers has a number. And hopefully this rings a bell. So we said that the first phrase of the song, E, D, C, D, E, 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 uses our middle finger, pointer finger, and our thumb. Our middle finger is going to be finger number 3. Our pointer finger, our index finger, is finger 2, and our thumb is 1. So now we want to take a look at this by applying these numbers to the song. So instead of thinking just E, D, C, D, E, 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 we want to think 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3 for the finger numbers of our right hand. It's another nice little lesson I found here. This comes from another music teacher by the name of Sarah Mullet, who put this together, which has, of course, just like the last one, the words to the song. This shows you the different letters of the song, color coordinated, and has the finger numbers that match each of these keys. Because what we don't want to have you do is go up to a piano and go bum, 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 like some of us may type on a keyboard. You may see some old people like, they type with one finger. We don't want to see that on a keyboard. On a musical keyboard, when we play this, we do not want to see that. So what we want to see is 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. We go next line. We got D, 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 E, E, E. Remember, D is going to be played by our index finger, finger number 2, and E is going to be played by our middle finger, finger 3. So we've got D, 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 E, E, E. This line, of course, is the same as the beginning. E, D, C, D, E, E, E. And the last line, its fleece was white as snow, goes, which brings us down to, of course, the last line here. Its fleece was white as snow. We're actually going to get rid of this it's on E. I'm actually going to get rid of that. The word version we're going to learn today, we're going to leave that word out. So we'll just focus right here. Fleece was white as snow. D, D, E, D, C, of course, is going to be index finger, D, D, E, D, C. So now you can just take a look at this. Think about the song in your head. You know, we all know how the song sounds, hopefully. And of course, we'll just follow along with the fingers now. So think, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, fleece was white as snow. You could add the it's in later, but for now, we're going to leave that out just for the sake of learning this on the keyboard. A little bit less is more here. So hopefully that refreshes your memory a little bit and gives you a little bit of a heads up of what's coming up today. Stick around. I'll see you guys in a little bit.